Okay, let us start with today's class. This is Humaira Samin, and the subject is General Mechanical Engineering, and the topic is analysis of various cross section. So, in the last classes, we have seen the lateral strain and Poisson's ratio and factor of safety, and on completion of this class, we'll be able to discuss about on completion of this class we'll be able to understand about the analysis of various cross sections, solving the numerical problems on the above. So see here, bars of various cross sections. So you have taken a 3 bars. 3 bar has different cross sections. Like cross section is nothing but different diameters and different length. So that each consider one bar as one number, and its area is A1, and the length is considered as L1. Next, considering the second bar, consider the area as A2 and consider the length as L2. Then coming to the third bar, consider the area as A3 and consider the length as L3, and from both the sides the load is acting, and the load is common for all the bars. So let us see the problems. If a bar is made up of number of portions of different cross sections, you are having 3 different cross sections. Cross section is nothing but 3 different diameters. So then the elongation of the bar, then elongation is nothing but when you pull it. So while pulling it goes on with certain elongation. The bar is total elongation of the bar is sum of elongation of each portion of the bar length. So total elongation, if you want to get the total elongation, you have to sum the bar of first part, second part and third part. Then only you are going to get the total elongation. So now let the bar be composed of 3 sections. Okay, the bar is composed of 3 sections, 1, 2 and 3, and their lengths are composed as 3 sections. Let the length of 3 sections of bars be length L1, L2 and L3. Let the area of 3 sections of bars be, and these area in the area of these 3 sections be A1, A2 and A3. Okay. Now next, the bar is subjected to an axial pull off. So the bar is subjected to an axial pull of P. So the pull or the force is given as P. Next, the total elongation of the bar is sum of the individual elongation of the bar. Okay. Next, mathematically it is given as delta L equal to delta L1 plus delta L2 plus delta L3. Or delta L3. Mathematically, the expression is given as, or the total elongation is represented as delta L. So the total elongation is given as summation of first bar, second bar and third bar. So delta L1 plus delta L2 plus delta L3 gives you the total elongation, where delta L1 is total change in length. Delta L1 is change in length of section 1. Delta L2 is change in length of section 2. Delta L3 is change in length of section 3. We know that delta L1 equal to PL by AE, where load is common and length will be differ and area will be differ, and E is common. E is known as Young's modulus. The value is 2 into 10 to the power of 5 Newton per mm square. Bars of various section is given by the formula delta L equal to PL1 A1E plus PL2 A2E plus PL3 A3E. And taking P and E as common, the expression can be given as delta L equal to L1 by A1 plus L2 by A2 plus L3 by A3. Let us solve the problem 1. Find the total contraction in the bar shown in figure 2. And what is the E value? 200 kilonewton per mm square. And what is the dia? 30. Length is 100. Dia is, area is 20, pi 20, and length is 150. And third is pi 40 and length is 120. And the force is 50 kilonewtons. Let us see the given data. Force P is given as is represented as 50 kilonewtons, whereas E equal to 200 kilonewton per mm square. D1 is diameter of portion AB is 30 mm, and length of portion AB is 100 mm. So dia 2 is 20 mm, and the length is 150 mm. Dia is 40 mm, and L3 is length of portion is 120 mm. Now area is area can be find out by using the expression A equal to pi by 4 d square of a circle. Area of a circle is given as pi by 4 d square. So as we all know, the D1 is 30, so pi by 4 into 30 square gives you 707.14. Next, area of second part, pi by 4 into d square, pi by 4 into 20 square gives you 314.28. Okay, next is area of portion CD equal to A3. A3 equal to pi by 4 into d3 square gives you pi by 4 40 square gives you 1257.14 mm square. So the contraction in the bar can be found out by the following formula: delta L equal to P by E into L1 by A1 plus L2 by A2 plus L3 by A3. So L1 is 100, L2 is 150 and L3 is 120. Whereas load is 50 into 10 Q and E is given as 200 into 10 Q. Okay, the contraction in the bar is given as 0.1786 mm. So delta L equal to 0.1728 mm. Next let us see the PPT. On completion of this period, we will be able to understand to solve more problems on various cross sections. Okay, let us see the problem. A round bar. A round bar is subjected to an axial compressive force. So whereas in the previous problem you are having a tensile force, here you are having a compressive force. Let us see this problem. Dia is 40 and the L1 is 20. Dia 2 is 20 and the L2 is 50. Dia 2 is 50 and the L1 is 10. And the force is 10 kilonewtons. What is the given data? Diameter D1 equal to 40 mm and L1 is 20 mm, where area equal to pi by 4 d square. So pi by 4 into 4 square. 40 square gives you 1256.64 mm. Dia 2 equal to 20 mm, whereas L2 equal to 15 mm. Area A2 gives you pi by 4 into d square. Diameter D3 equal to 50 mm, whereas length is L3 equal to 10 mm, and area A3 equal to pi by 4 d square. Okay, D3 square. So gives you pi by 4 into 50 square. So 1963.5 mm square. Load acting on the member. Load acting on the member P equal to 10 kilonewtons. Young's modulus E equal to 2 into 10 to the power of 5 Newton per mm square. The total contraction of the bar delta L equal to delta L1 plus delta L2 plus delta L3. So delta L1 equal to PL by AE, whereas delta L2 equal to PL by AE2, whereas delta L3 equal to PL by A3E. So P by E you can take it as common, and L1 by A1 plus L2 by A2 and L3 by A3 gives you the values. So see. So where P equal to 10,000 and E is 2 into 10 to the power of 5. Next L1 is 20, L2 is 15, L3 is 10. A1 is 1256, A2 is 314.16 and A3 is 1963.5. So delta L equal to total elongation or total contraction is equal to 0.00344 mm. Since the load is compressive in nature, it is negative. Because from both the sides the force is there. Next. Let us see this problem second. A bar of steel is 700 mm long. So length is 700 mm long. For the first 200 mm, so the length is total length is 700. So first portion is L1. L1 equal to 200 mm. So for the first length 200 mm, it is 25 mm in diameter. So L1 is 200, whereas D1 is 25 mm. For the next 300 mm, it is 20 mm in diameter. So L2 equal to 300 mm, where L2 equal to 300 mm, so D2 is also equal to 20 mm, and for the remaining length it is of 15 mm. So 200 and this 300, 500, remaining is 200. So L3 equal to 200 mm, where its dia is 15 mm. So find the change in length if it is subjected to a tensile load of 100 kilonewtons. So change in length is nothing but delta L equal to, let us discuss the problem 2. A bar of steel is 700 mm long. For the first 200 mm, so for the first 200 mm it is 25 mm in diameter, and whereas in L2 the D1 is 20 mm and the remaining is 200. L3 is 200. So for 200, for the L3 it's 15 mm in dia. So find the change in length. Change in length is nothing but the contraction. It is subject to a tensile load. Only from one side there is a load of 100 kilonewtons, and take the Young's modulus E as 2.1 into 10 to the power of 5 Newton per mm square. So this is the diagram of it. So here the dia is 25, length is 200. Dia is 20, length is 300. Dia is 15, length is 200 mm. And both the sides the load is 100 kilonewtons. Now let us see the given data. Load P equal to 100 kilonewtons, whereas Young's modulus E is 21 into 10 to the power of 5 Newton per mm square. So diameter D1 is 25 mm and length is 200 mm, whereas area is pi by 4 d square. So pi by 4 into 25 square gives you 625. Okay, next dia 2. Dia 2 is 20 mm and L2 is 300 mm. So area of section is pi by 4 into d square. Pi by 4 into 20 square. So next is diameter of section D3 equal to 15 mm and L3 equal to 200 mm. Next, area of section 3. A3 gives you pi by 4 into D3 square. So pi by 4 into 15 square. So this is the L1, L2, L3, D1, D2, D3, and area 1, area 2, area 3. Next, the total elongation of the bar can be given as delta L equal to, as P by E is common, so L1 by A1 plus L2 by A2 plus L3 by A3 gives you the values. So E is 2.1 into 10 to the power of 5, whereas the load is 100 into 10 cube, whereas L1 equal to 200, L2 equal to 300, L3 equal to 200, whereas dia 1 equal to 25, dia 2 is 20, dia 3 is 50, which gives you area 1, area 2, area 3 by substitute in the formula pi by 4 d square. So this gives you 0.6 mm. So the total elongation delta L equal to 0.6 mm. Okay, next, coming to the next session, coming to the next PPT, we are able to discuss about the analysis of the bars of various cross sections with varying loads. Okay, bars subjected to varying loads. as we have seen the same loads, here you are going to get the varying loads. So bar may be subjected to loads varying from section to section. Like if you are having 3 sections, and to one section there may be a tensile load, to the other section it may be compressive load. So in order to keep the member in equilibrium, the total leftward force should be equal to total rightward force. Okay, so leftward force should be equal to the rightward force. To determine the force at any section, in order to determine the force at any section, the leftward force should be equal to the total rightward force. Okay. So in certain cases, a body is subjected to different loads at different sections. So you are having 3 different sections. On 3 different sections, you would have 3 different loads. So overall, the left side loads should be equal to the right side loads. In such case, elongation of section under respective loads may be calculated, and the total elongation will be the algebraic sum of these individual elongations. So the total elongation delta L equal to delta L1 plus L2 plus L3 till delta Ln. You see here you are having P1, P2, P3 and P4. Whereas P3, P4 should be same, and P1 and P, when you will add P1 and P2, it should be equal to P3 and P4. Okay, so P1, P2 should be equal to P3, P4. Whereas at it is given the left side loads should be equal to the right side loads, and as usual the L1 and L2 and L3. Next, so let the bar be composed of 3 sections, 1, 2 and 3. Let the length of the sections be L1, L2 and L3. Let the areas of the section be A1, A2 and A3. And the bar is subjected to an axial pull or push of P1, P2, P3 and P4. Then the elongation of the individual sections are delta L1, delta L2 and delta L3. So then the bar subjected to varying loads. So load on sections are P1 equal to P2 minus P3 plus P4. Okay. Load on section 2 is P1 plus P2 plus P4 equal to P3. Load on section 3, P4 equal to P3 minus P1 minus P2. The bar subjected to varying loads, then delta L1 equal to PL by AE1, delta L2 equal to PL by AE2, delta L3 equal to PL by AE3. Now the total elongation of the bar is delta L equal to delta L1 plus delta L2 plus delta L. If the load is tensile, the elongation is taken as positive. If the load is tensile, the elongation is taken as positive. If the load is compressive, the elongation is taken as negative. So if the bar is made with same material, then the Young's modulus of the bar is constant, and constant load is acting on the bar delta L equal to delta L1 plus delta L2 plus delta L3. Whereas as we have seen in the previous PPTs that delta L equal to PL by A. So delta L1 equal to PL by AE1, delta L2 equal to PL by AE2, delta L3 equal to PL by AE3. And when you combine all this or do a summation, you are going to get the delta A. And where the P and E value are common, you have to take it out. Then L1 by A1 plus L2 by A2 plus L3 by A2 gives you total elongation. So let us see the problem on varying cross-section load. So a bar of varying section is loaded as shown in figure. Determine the total elongation if E equal to 2 into 10 to the power of 5 Newton per mm square, where you are having three bars, first one, second and third. So the area is 40 into 40 mm, whereas length is 0.75 meters, whereas second area is 25 into 25 mm, whereas length is 1 meters, whereas area is 30 into 30, whereas length is 1.2 meters, and you are having different varying loads. So where here P1 is 120, P2 is 220, P3 is 260 and P4 is 160. Now area is 40 into 40 equal to 1600 mm square, whereas load equal to P1 equal to P2 minus P3 plus P4. So 220 plus 160 minus 260 gives you 120 kilonewtons. Next, whereas delta 1 equal to PL by AE. So P is 120 kilonewtons, L is it's given 750 mm, A you know area is 40 into 40, E is 2 into 10 to the power of 5, gives you 0.28 mm. Next, section 2. So area is given as 25 into 25 mm, which gives you 625 mm square. And the load P2 minus P1 equal to P3 minus P4. So 220 minus 120 equal to 260 minus 160 gives you 100 kilonewtons. So delta L2 equal to PL by AE2. And L1 is 1000 mm. So P is 100 into length is 1000 by area is 625 into E is 2 into 10 to the power of 5, gives you 0.8 mm. Next, coming to the section 3, area A3 equal to 30 into 30 gives you 900 mm square. Load P3 equal to P2 minus P4 plus P1 gives you 160 kilonewtons. So delta L equal to PL by AE. P is 160, L is 1000 and A is 900 mm and E is 2 into 10 to the power of 5, gives you 1.06 mm. Now therefore the total elongation is the sum of individual elongation. So what is the total elongation? Delta L equal to elongation or compression. Delta L equal to delta L1 plus delta L2 plus delta L2. gives you 0.02812 minus 0.8 plus 1.0667 gives you 0.548 mm. Let us see this problem. A bar of various section is loaded as shown in figure. Determine the total elongation if E equal to 2 into 10 to the power of 5 Newton per mm square. So you are having load P1 is 80 kilonewtons and P2 is 40 kilonewtons, whereas P3 is 60 kilonewtons and P4 is 100 kilonewtons. And length L1 is 400 mm, L2 is 600 mm and L3 is 400 mm, whereas D1 is 30 mm, D2 is 30 mm and D3 is 30 mm. As we have seen this, problem, L1 is 400, L2 is 600 and L3 is 400, whereas D1 is 30, D2 is 30 and D3 is 30 mm. Okay. Now next, coming to the loads, as we know, P1 plus P3 equal to P2 plus P4. So P1 equal to P2 plus P4 minus P3. What is P2? 40 plus P4 is 100. So 100 plus 40 minus P3. 100 plus 40 is 140. 140 minus P3. P3 is 60. Gives you 80. Next now, okay, so P1 is 80. Now next, P3. P3 equal to P2 plus P4. P2 is how much? 40. Plus P4 is how much? 100. 100 plus 40, 140. 140 minus P1. 140 minus P1. P1 is how much? 80. 60. So P3 is 60. Okay. So P1 is given 80. P2 is given as 40. And P3 is given as 60. And P4 is given as 100. Next, L1 is given 400 mm. L2 is given 300 mm. And L3 is given 400 mm. Where E is given as 2 into 10 to the power of 5.